is what Matt Manning said, who believes he fixed his curveball, said today, quote, I wish in the minor leagues they would have told me more. Just like go out and throw 50% curveballs. We don't care what happens. We got to go work on a curveball. Instead, I knew I can go beat the minor leaguers with my fastball. So that's all I did. Once I got to AAA in the big leagues, I couldn't just throw the fastball. I had to work on things. I felt behind in that sense, but I'm learning and getting better. The communication then was like, well, if you want to go get to the next level, pitch well. Pitching well is having a low ERA. So I was like, why would I throw anything else until I can beat my fastball? I would throw that 70 times in a game. And he's right though. I mean, it's really weird to think, but like we've talked about this before. When we ask him, like Chris would go and Chris and I would ask like, so what are they telling you to do? And before they're like, oh, just go out there and throw my game. Now it's specific, and now it's specific to each pitcher that you're going to throw. Like Matt Manning, or excuse me, Ty Madden last year, for example, he's going to throw another bit of off speeds pitches in this outing. That's kind of when you hear that, it's kind of really depressing if you think about it.
It's so disheartening to know that he was really encouraged that the results of a game, like they won a game 4-2 in AA. Who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That made a difference in his development versus working on individual skills that was going to make him a better pitcher in the long run. That no one had the foresight that that's the better way to go. So it's really interesting. The comments he made today really struck me as a very mature comments. As he really analyzed what's happened to him, what he's seeing from the current group that's in charge versus the people he came in as a draftee and what he was told early on. He did a great job really laying that out there, the difference. He put it all out there for people to see. And that's a firsthand point of view. That's not, somebody with a blog making observation. That is straight from the horse's mouth of a number one draft pick and how he was developed toward the major leagues, giving a pretty honest assessment and frankly, a damning assessment of what was in the system that was in place.
Yeah, I would always ask minor leaguers, specifically pitchers, to find out what the organization had them working on. I wanted to find out, like, hey, what are they, what do they think is a weakness, and what do they need to get better? And to a man, they always said they just want me to go out there and pitch my game, and try to get outs. And so it was always like, okay, so they're just taking performance. They don't care about actually developing these guys. They didn't have plans for any of them. I think they basically viewed the minor leagues as kind of like a Squid Game. Like, just throw 100 guys in there, and the one who survives is going to be good enough to compete in the big leagues. And yeah, that's why the amount of improvement we saw from players last year was so stark, because that wasn't happening before, because guys were not getting specific instructions on what to work on. They had managers and coaches at every level who would help them with things and work on them with stuff, but there was not a specific plan tailored to the players. So yeah, it's really frustrating to hear stuff like that.